So for chapter 8, you make probably the single biggest turn towards modern for web design than you do in any other chapter. And I know you are coming off of chapter 7, where if we're looking at the epochs of web design, where you had pulled your websites from like 2000, 2002, all the way up to pretty modern looking, like 2010 design web pages. Now, I know if you look at, the year and you compare now to 2010, it seems pretty old, but really web design had reached a plateau right around then where we added more functionality to our websites, but we didn't really change the overall design. The thing that came along that made us change the overall design was the smartphone. Really, that's the biggest change we had, or the biggest catalyst for change we had in quite some time. So, previous to that generation of website design, when we were making web pages, we were fairly confident, we were absolutely confident actually, that when our unknown potential future client was looking at our web pages, they were doing so from on a desktop computer. Now, you can squint at that a little bit and say, yeah, but they could have been on laptops. Sure, okay. So really, what's the difference there? How far away from the keyboard you are, how far away from the monitor you are. I'm over here pointing at the laptop off screen that you can't see. It wasn't really a big change in from laptop to desktop. It wasn't really a big change in the way that we had to approach design. So now comes along a smartphone. And for those of you who remember what the first smartphones felt like when interacting with web pages, the overall response that you should have is something along the lines of, yuck. It was pretty gross. It was bad, right? I remember even in 2013, so that's the year I came here to RVC. Even in 2013, when Rock Valley College called me about doing an interview for them, I was on the way back from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. I was at an adult education conference, and I was like, oh, yeah. I remember you, Rock Valley College. Please go on and tell me anything you would like to. And at that moment, I was like, shoot, I don't remember anything about Rock Valley College. It had been months in between when I had, posted my resume and when they were calling me back. So what did I have to do? I had to go to rockvalleycollege.edu on my iPhone 3G or whatever, probably an iPhone 4 maybe by that time. Whatever the phone I had, it was probably 3.5 inches of screen size. And this was the experience in trying to read their webpage. While I'm driving, pan and swipe and zoom and swipe and swipe and pan and zoom and swipe and pan and zoom and try to find what you're looking for. It was a nightmare. There is a philosophical difference between a laptop or a desktop computer back here and a smartphone here. So this chapter, aside from all of the other little grab bags of things that are here in the chapter, nestled in, literally, this is true, 3 pages of the text. This is that inverse proportionality we talked about last time too. Nestled in 3 pages of this text is the difference between having built and designed a website that you know full well 85% of your discovery, 85% of your unknown potential future clients have no realistic way of being able to view and manage and consume your content. And here in 3 pages, what we're going to be able to do is split the responsibility for the actual display of your website. We're going to split that responsibility between us and the browser itself. And what we are going to say is, if you're a desktop, look this way. If you are a laptop, not laptop, my mistake. If you are a tablet, look this way. If you are a smartphone, look this way. And what that's going to rely on is our trust in our ability to create classes and IDs that later on we can change based on the device type, so that irrespective of where the user comes to us, smartphone, tablet, laptop, we are going to know that they will think that the content was made for them specifically, even though it was not. So that is the greatest gift that Chapter 8 will give to you, is 2015 forward design. Absolutely modern looking website design that all the pieces will need to be good now we will have at the end here of Chapter 8. So let's get into it.